Hey guys, thanks for watching. Welcome to Ask Me Anything About Evernote number 9. Don't forget to leave your questions in the comments. If you've got any question at all, how to use Evernote, or just want some opinion, anything at all, just leave it in the comments and I'll add it to the big long list and get to it in another video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to tamingthetrunk.com, and you can subscribe there. So subscribe. So let's get on with the questions. Right, first question from Paul. Can you demonstrate how the table of contents work? Especially the recent change where they're now updated live, like magic, when you change the headers. Yes. It's very cool, actually. I have used it quite a bit, so let's just make a little bit of space. Basically, the table of contents is like a chapters at the top of your note, and it's based on the headings of your note as well. So that's a heading number 2, okay, and that's a heading number 2. So when I insert a table of contents, you get the headings appear. Okay, so there is sort of like a hierarchy to all of this. So these are heading 2s, right? So if I make a little bit of space here, and I just kind of like slot in heading 1, then the table of contents automatically updates. You can even update an existing one. So if I put Paul's question, it's like magic. It just updates as you go along. If I then make a complete mess and put a heading 3 there, heading 3, it indents it again. Very cool. Now, one of the good things about this is that when you click on one of these, it goes directly to the heading. So if I click on Celine, straight down, puts the cursor at Celine. Heading 1, straight up, puts the cursor at heading 1. It's a really easy way to navigate long notes. So you've got a really, really long note, pages worth, right? If you set up the headings in various different places, and then put a table of contents right at the top, you can kind of just, click to the part of the note which you want. I use this in my project notes. So I've got like a few clients where I do like reasonably big projects. So not big enough projects to have their own notebook, but they're kind of reasonably big. So they have a whole note for a project, and the note can be quite big. It could be, I don't know, 20 pages of an A4, Word document, something like that. So what I'll do is I'll set up specific little headings for specific areas and specific meetings or topics or whatever it is, and then put a table of contents at the top. And then when I open the note, I can just click on the heading and it jumps straight down to the heading of the note. Very cool. Very useful. So that is how the table of contents works. Celine. Few questions here, all kind of like related to the same thing. So what can be done to improve Evernote's performance on Windows PC, iPhones, mobile, that sort of thing? My Evernote database is around 12 to 14 gigabytes, and I've been unhappy with the app's performance for some time. Thoughts and questions? So I don't have too much trouble with performance myself, okay? And I don't have like mega high-tech stuff either. The PC I'm recording this on and doing this on cost £380 from Amazon. It's one of those little mini PCs, right? The one thing it has got is 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a lot of RAM, okay? So I must admit, like on my laptop, which has got 8 gigabytes of RAM and is about 5 years old, Evernote is a little bit slower, but it's not like slow, right? So my performance, I mean, it does depend on what kind of performance you mean, so let me know that. But I mean, switching between notes is pretty cool. Switching notebooks, opening up a PDF, opening up another PDF, going to the notes list, going to the home page. I mean, yeah, this is okay for me. I'm all right with that. This is my demo account, so there's like 34 notes in it. But my main account that I use works as quick as that. Now, my database is probably about similar to you. I think mine's about 14 gigabytes, right? So it's about the same as yours. One thing I have done, though, is I've made sure that my main, not this demo account, but my main Evernote account, all the data is stored on a separate hard drive, an SSD drive. So you can move the data from one drive to another in the settings. So if I remember rightly, where does it appear? Down here, Evernote local data, and then for my demo account, it's just in the default position. But on my main account that I use, I've actually changed it to another external hard drive, which is an SSD drive, which is pretty quick. So I don't have any issues. I mean, it's an SSD drive on the main computer, but I just wanted to relieve space, if that makes sense. Just a bit more space for my Evernote data. So I don't know whether that could be an issue. Try it and see what happens. You can kind of move the data to another drive and see if that helps. One thing I will mention about moving the local data here is that if you use the download version from the Microsoft Store or the Apple Store, it might not let you do that because they're sandboxed. They don't kind of like give you full access to the whole operating system. You'd have to use the version of Evernote which is downloadable from their website. The second thing is it is advisable to empty the trash, permanently delete notes in the trash. I mean, I do it twice a year, and I delete notes that are over 2 years old. I've got thousands of notes in my trash. Most of them say untitled. But, I've got thousands of notes in my trash, and it doesn't cause an issue. But I do clean it out twice a year, summer and winter. I go in and clear things out kind of like, I don't know, every anything that I deleted over 2 years ago. If you go into the trash, you can sort everything by date. So hit the trash thingy, and then you can see all your trash stuff, and then you can sort it by date deleted or date created, however you want. So you can decide how you want to delete your data, like so. You mentioned archiving a lot. Do you archive, export a folder out of Evernote? Does that speed things up? No, the main reason I export things out of Evernote and keep them in an ENEX file on a separate hard drive is just to keep them out of search, really. So search is clean. One of the things that I do probably once a year is to go through kind of like my archive notebook and a few other notebooks and take it might be like a client who you've not done any work with for like 5 years or something like that, right? And you think to yourself, well, I might want to keep these notes, but I don't want them cropping up in search every now and then, right? So I'll export the notebook as an ENX file and just store it on a cloud drive or something like that. So that's why I tend to do it. So when you delete things and they go into trash, should you permanently delete them from the trash? Again, anything older than 2 years. That's my rule. And I've got thousands in the trash, and it doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever on speed. I was talking to somebody the other day who got like 40,000 notes, and they experience pretty much exactly the same speed as I do with the app. And on the mobile apps, there has been a little bit of work done recently to speed things up quite a lot. And Evernote have created a separate performance team who are working on a number of things. So I think performance is going to improve. I don't see huge issues myself, but maybe it's something to do with the equipment, the PC. I don't know. I've heard some people mention that some NVIDIA graphics drivers have trouble every now and then. But I think that was fixed by an NVIDIA driver update or something like that. So try out some of these suggestions. Try moving the data to make sure you've got an SSD drive instead of the old spinning hard drive on your computer. That makes a massive difference to speed and things like that. But if it carries on, send in a support ticket, have a word. But there are going to be quite a few performance improvements over the next few weeks with this new performance team set up. So hopefully that answers your questions. If you've got a question about anything, leave it in the comments and I'll put it on the big long list I've got, and I'll get to it in another video. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.